The Bobcats were too hot to handle for the Raging Cajuns on Saturday, and one Bobcat is officially in the record books. Hey everybody, I'm your host, Allie LaForce.
Two extremely clutch free throws to make it 60-57. What was going through your head? Started off the game strong defensively with the lemon sack and good pass coverage, but what happened to the D in the second quarter?
Well,
Tiger's success has paid off financially here as well. Coming into the year, only 93 players had earned over $10 million on the tour. Woods has almost done that himself at the Bridgestone Invitational alone, and he says he's happy to be back.
The situation's a little bit different, though, for Jackson and Gallia. Jackson has already secured a playoff spot. Gallia, on the other hand, was playing for not only the SCOA title, but also a playoff berth, so that pressure was a little bit higher.
Last year, 9 games, 8 total tackles. This year, you already have 38. You're almost fulfilling every single stat line there is to fill. How does it feel to be more of an impact player this year?
Let's take a look now at the second piece of the puzzle tonight for Jackson. Player of the Year candidate Clay Arthur, 59 yards. Now allow me to blow your mind with this stat. All but 2 plays were ran by either Arthur or Irvin. It's like peanut butter and jelly. You can't have one without the other. 10 for 11 from the field. The only shot you missed was that last dunk right there. You have ice in your veins or what?
Allie LaForce is standing by with a man who usually has those Technicolor jackets, Craig Sager, the great sportscaster for TNT. Allie.
No crazy suit today, just sporting the wine and gold. Keeping it simple?
This team is a team that's talked a lot about for its talented receivers, but it was a different group of guys that found success Saturday. 5 touchdowns on the ground. Talk about the running game.
We're going to talk about 2 very tough quarterbacks. Romberg is the man in the pocket for Watterson. He's playing with a bruised bone on the bottom of his foot, and he's a guy that loves to run the ball, so if you can imagine how painful that is. Parker, the quarterback for Bookdale, is playing, if you look closely, with a cast on his hand from week 8 when he broke his hand, but both of these guys are seniors, so it's not surprising they're trying to gut it out for the last game.
Another thing Coach said that was a perfect precursor coming into this ball game was he said, if we're going to lose, it's because we're going to beat ourselves, and that's the only way we can lose. 160 yards in penalties, only 1 TD against Chillicothe. Coach Eddie says as long as everyone executes their base assignments, no one tries to be a hero out there, that they should come away with this win against Portsmouth.
Coach Fueline in the last total, he really wants to take advantage of Egner and Henninger and continue to do so by setting away screens from block to block, try to create that mismatch, and if that's not there, try to work the high-low game. But I'll tell you what, Moeller's doing a great job of meeting them on help side defense and really collapsing down low. You've done plenty of games and plenty of famous returns, including Michael Jordan's with the Bulls, but does this compare in any way to anything you've seen? Coach, a lot of Lima Central's points came off a transition and second chance opportunities. Are you pleased with your half-court defense, and what adjustments do you need to make in transition? Henninger, 21 points, Taco Bell player of the game, congratulations, but it seems so effortless and you look like you were just having fun out there.
And it was very consistent to what Jackson has been all year. Establish the run game early and then go from there. Coach Hall said it in pregame. Our key for the year is our O-line and what they can create for the backs. Jackson's QB Kip Winchester looked good in the pocket, but his success didn't come until later, and that was thanks to a powerful duo in the backfield with Clay Arthur and Drew Irvin. Looking back on the regular season, injuries, as always, call for new faces to step up to the plate. Usually their time to make a good first impression is limited, but we have one Bobcat who rose to the occasion and earned a very significant role on this team at the linebacker position. Jay Edwards, welcome to the Blitz. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
The International Youth Sports Tournament
Stop the ball!
is underway in Greater Cleveland. More than 3,500 athletes from 20 countries are expected to participate, bringing athletes together from all over the world.
I really like the experience playing with different players around the world.
Defense! Athletes are focused on their own games, but even though they are international, one local all-star has been on their minds.
Lebron James.
I think you should stay in Cavaliers because he promised them a ring before you leave.
Will LeBron spot up in Cleveland? They could use the assist.
I like LeBron a lot. He's a special asset to Cleveland. With him gone, it's a big part missing from Cleveland.
I think he'll do the same career as Jordan, like 8th year. Like next year, he's gonna win the championship. I believe it.
What would you do if you were LeBron's manager?
As the manager, I would ensure that the Cleveland Cavaliers get a good supporting cast to ensure that LeBron wins the championship.
If the King leaves Cleveland, it would be the first time in 7 years he will not be a Cavalier. The 2-time MVP says he'd like to make one by Monday, but a decision cannot be finalized until July 8th.
Together in 3, 1, 2, 3, together!
Allie LaForce.
Nice double, good D.
Fox 8 News.
Yay!